everyone, welcome to Cooking with Cassidy. Today we are going to make chicken scampi. It's a really easy, really yummy meal to make. It doesn't take very long at all, so it's a great weekday meal, but your family will think you spent hours making it because it's that good. So I'm going to first show you the ingredients that we're going to use for this recipe. Alright, so you need some butter, you need chicken, you need some breadcrumbs, garlic, and a lemon. The lemon you don't use until you're serving it, but this is the basics that you need to make chicken scampi. Before you start, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. That way it is ready for you when you're ready to put the chicken into the oven. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut the chicken into slices, so kind of like tenders. You can even buy chicken tenders if you want, boneless, skinless chicken tenders. Right now I have boneless, skinless chicken breast. So I'm going to cut them into like tender size, and then we are going to put them into the pan with the butter and garlic. As you can see, my chicken is all sliced up. So the next thing we're going to do is you are going to take your butter. Take your butter. Get a non-stick pan. If it's not non-stick, make sure you spray it really well. I highly recommend non-stick pans though, because otherwise it may stick and it might not work as well. So I'm going to spray my non-stick pan with cooking spray anyway, just to be safe, just in case, because I don't want it to stick and have any issues. Okay guys, I unwrapped my 2 sticks of butter. I'm going to put them into my pan. I already preheated my pan. So I'm going to take the butter and put it in the pan. Woo! I'm going to let them melt. Don't be afraid to get a wooden spoon and stir it around so it melts quick. Okay guys, you don't have to wait for the butter to fully melt, but once the butter is starting to melt, you're going to add your garlic. So I got a big spoon, you're going to add a lot of garlic. There's no measurement for it, I just do a bunch of spoonfuls of it, and it's more to taste, so my family loves garlic. And this is supposed to be a very garlicky recipe, so I'm going to use quite a bit of garlic in there. That's what it looks like with all of the garlic and the butter. So I'm just going to mix that all around, get the garlic all incorporated into the butter. And the smells in your kitchen will be amazing. Alright guys, once all of your butter and garlic are melted together and incorporated together, you're going to add your chicken to the skillet. So I have my chicken right here. I'm going to put each piece into the skillet. Alright, they're all in there. Smelling good. So now what you do is you whiten the chicken on both sides. So you're not fully cooking it through. You're just going to cook it until both sides are whitened. So it only takes a few minutes to get it that way, especially if you have a really hot pan. So what I do is I just let it sit there, and then I'll flip them, and then flip them again just to make sure both sides are even and whitened. And then after that happens, we're going to put it into our baking dish. So I have an 8x8 baking dish here. I'm going to spray it with non-stick cooking spray. Just because, again, I don't want to take any chances with it sticking. This cookware is non-stick. It's naturally non-stick because it's stoneware, but you never know. So I always like to be safe. Better safe than sorry, in my opinion. Okay guys, it's time to flip our chicken breast. You see what I mean? How it's whitened on the sides? It's exactly the color you want to look for. We're gonna let that go for another minute or so. Once they're finished, we're gonna put them into our pan and pour the butter and garlic on top of it. Chicken is looking good. Now as you can see, there's still some pink. That doesn't matter, it doesn't make a difference because you're not fully cooking it. It's actually gonna cook in the oven the rest of the way. But I'm just gonna take my fork and put each piece of chicken into my pan or my baking dish. Okay guys, as you can see, I have all of my chicken in my baking dish. It doesn't matter if they are overlapping or anything like that. They can do that. Right now my dish is big enough so they're not overlapping, but if your baking dish isn't big enough, don't worry about it. They can overlap a little bit, it won't affect it. So I'm going to take all of this butter and garlic sauce, this yummy yummy sauce that we made, and I'm going to pour it over the chicken. Make sure you get all that garlic out of there. I'm going to need to scoop that in there. And then once you have all that together, you are going to take your breadcrumbs. It doesn't matter what kind of breadcrumbs you use. I have Italian style, but you can use whatever you have. And you're just going to sprinkle some breadcrumbs on top. So you got your breadcrumbs on top. You can put as many breadcrumbs as you want. You don't even have to if you don't want to, but they add a nice little element to it, so I recommend it. But now you're going to put this into your preheated oven and you're going to bake it for about 35 to 40 minutes until the chicken is cooked through. That is now all in the oven, cooking away. So I'm going to show you what I normally serve with this because it's a meal that really goes well together. So I recommend it. You guys can serve it really with whatever you want, but this is just my suggestions. I always serve it with chicken flavored rice. It doesn't matter what brand or what type of chicken flavored rice, but it's so good with the flavors of the chicken scampi with the garlic and the butter. The chicken flavored rice is a definite must-have, I think, in my opinion. And I always slice up a lemon. Once you're serving it, you sprinkle some lemon juice on it. So good on top of the chicken. And the flavors, I don't know why, but they're so good together. So I do that. And you always want to have a good loaf of Italian bread. Any type of crusty bread will do, but I personally prefer Italian or French, but the supermarket only had Italian today, so you get what you get. But the rice, the Italian bread, the chicken scampi, so good together. And then of course I always serve it with a side salad because you need some greens in there, but if you don't want the greens, feel free to skip it. But that is how you make chicken scampi. Alright guys, this is the finished product. Bon appetit! Please let me know if you guys decide to try this recipe and let me know what you think about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We do daily vlogs along with lifestyle videos and cooking videos, so we'd love to have you join our crazy family. So you probably hear my little baby in the background. She's 2 months old and she's in her swing while I'm cooking. But thank you so much for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let me know in the comments below if you liked it. Thanks. Bye. He's ready to eat it.